Hello there friends, and welcome to Not Another Sci-Fi channel. My name is Valley and this is 7 Great Characters in Star Trek Discovery, Part 1. Well, after my last video where I hit the show with a fair bit of criticism, as promised, it's time for a positive spin. And I did not even have to work hard on this because Star Trek Discovery has a very good cast. And the characters they portray, in my opinion, are worthy of the legacy left by some of the greats present in Star Trek history, such as Leonard Nimoy, William Shatner, Sir Patrick Stewart, Scott Bakula, Avery Brooks, Kate Mulgrew, Chris Pine. And if you don't agree with my last two mentions in this list of legacies, you can F off and leave an angry comment. In other words, they have
fought gallantly, worthy of recognition in the archives of the Jedi Order.
Right, as I was saying, a few characters stand out in this iteration of Star Trek, and here are my somewhat subjective picks for this list. Number 1. Captain Philippa Georgiou, played by Played by Michelle. Wow, that was a mouthful. Captain Georgiou really embodies the ideals of Starfleet and the Federation. Philippa Georgiou was a female human Starfleet officer who lived during the mid-23rd century. She served in the Command Division as the commanding officer of the USS Shenzhou in the 2250s. Georgiou was born in 2202 in Malaysia on Earth, and she attended Starfleet Academy from 2220 to 2224. During this period, she met Christopher Pike, who described her as the sharpest tool in the shed and a force to be reckoned with. He also remembered her drinking Pike and their fellow cadets under the table, but also for having every Starfleet regulation down by the second week. As a lieutenant, Georgiou was serving aboard the USS Archimedes in 2239. She convinced Starfleet to allow her to transport Saru from his homeworld of Kaminar due to his high level of intelligence and curiosity, proving once again that the Prime Directive is
more what you call guidelines than actual rules. Welcome aboard the Black Pearl.
She earned an impressive list of commendations during her career, including the Star Cross and the Legion of Honor. She was also awarded a diploma from the Lycan Military Academy on Andoria for advanced interstellar combat. Sometime in the 2240s, Georgiou was given command of the USS Shenzhou. As captain, Georgiou preferred a relaxed command style, encouraging conversation between her officers on the bridge. In particular, she enjoyed a friendly rivalry between Burnham, who eventually became her first officer, and her science officer Saru, although sometimes she would cut between them and assert her authority. Unfortunately, at the disastrous Battle of the Binary Stars, she came down with a rather bad case of being killed in action. Upon her death, Georgiou was one of Starfleet's most decorated captains, listed among other legends such as Robert April, Jonathan Archer, Matt Decker, and Christopher Pike. Number 2. Vice Admiral Katrina Cornwall, played by Jane Brooke. Kat Cornwall is a very good example of Starfleet's top brass, and a prime candidate for the prestigious Federation MILF Awards. Vice Admiral Kat Cornwall was a human female Starfleet flag officer who lived during the mid-23rd century. Early in her career, she had been a therapist, and she had a lot of experience treating PTSD among other conditions. But she eventually rose through the ranks, achieving the high station of Vice Admiral. And in the 2250s, Cornwall also held a leadership position within Section 31. Because only in freaking Starfleet, a psychiatrist can become Master of Spies and Covert Operations. I mean, come on, girl power and all that, but she is a doctor, a medical doctor. She could be heading Starfleet Medical or something. And somebody like, oh, I don't know, say Philippa Georgiou, who earned the Star Cross and the Legion of Honor, and had trained all her life in advanced interstellar combat, is still a captain, and I'm going off the rails. Sorry. As I was saying, Admiral Cornwall is a really interesting character with a commanding presence, but unfortunately she did not get a lot of screen time. I would have certainly liked to know more about her and find out things about her backstory. But at the end of season 2, she came down with a crippling case of valiant sacrifice and bad writing. And now she's dead. Well friends, that's all the time we have for today. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it really helps out. And if you've enjoyed this video, share it with others. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow for part 2 of this series.